Obviously, we don't have intricate details of the Carter family situation, but it made us think about what they may be experiencing through this early stage of the hospice process.
We spoke to Mountain Valley Hospice in Mount Airy, where the chief medical officer explained the compassionate journey for terminally ill patients.
You trade off curative treatments for what we call palliative care, anything to keep you comfortable at the end of life. So for him to elect his hospice Medicare benefit, he's got less than 6 months to live. And the focus now becomes comfort. And that includes keeping him at home, because that's what we told Medicare as Americans back in the 1980s when they were looking at bringing this British benefit over to America. The goal was to keep people at home, to allow people to be in with their loved ones, cared for by their loved ones, and pass in a familiar surrounding.
While the medical treatment side of hospice is key, doctors say the emotional side of the treatment is equally important for families.
In our grandparents' generation, everybody knew what it was like and what to look for of the signs of dying, because everybody grew up in a rural environment and we took care of our dying in homes. So it was just part of everybody's life experience. Well, that's not the case anymore. People die in hospitals. We're not an agrarian society anymore, and people don't recognize the signs. So what happens is everybody perceives all those natural changes at the end of life as all being uncomfortable, and very few of them actually are. So when you bring in hospice, you bring in people that are familiar with all these signs that can tell you what is uncomfortable for your loved one, how we can address it, and how you can help us understand what you and your loved one want at the end of life.
We are closely monitoring the health of former President Jimmy Carter. His political career spanned from the state Senate, governor, president, and also diplomat. He received the Nobel Peace Prize in 2002. If you'd like to learn more about end-of-life care, look for this story on our website.